going on, everyone? And great to see you. I'm so excited to continue moving through these different days and phases and videos and challenges with you to hopefully implement 60 days to change. We are finally going to get into the hard work, okay? So we've prepped, we have talked about what we need, we've talked about why we need it, we've talked about why it's for you, we've talked about accountability, we've talked about all those things. So now is the time that we're going to begin to discuss and figure out how do I change? How do we move forward? How can before January 1 of 2024, can we do better? Can we be different? Can we not wait till January to start figuring out how we want to change? So the first 10 days were obviously prepping, introduction, purpose. This next 10 days, this next phase, I guess you could say, we're going to be looking at who am I? What we have to remember is we can say we want to change every day, all day, anytime. The problem we run into is we don't take a moment to stop and say, okay, how do I really want to change? Where do I want to change? What areas of my life do I want to change? What we are really going to focus on is who are you as a person? Like, who are you really? Why is that important? Well, because change can't happen until you recognize who you are as a person. Change can't happen if you don't have an honest to goodness moment with yourself to say, who am I really? What type of person am I? And why does that matter? I'll give you a little sneak peek into what I will reveal later down these videos. But I had to take a very good, hard look at myself at the beginning of this year when I went through a very similar process in what we are doing. I did something through a different type of blueprint, but leading all to the same thing, in which I had to stop and take a good, hard look at myself and be completely honest. And what that revealed to me, and what we'll talk about in videos and on the post and through some exercises and activities, is although there are parts of who I am that are great, even the parts that are not super popular, can be used in a different way that's not so bad. I'll just tell you what I'm referring to. So a lot of people have preferred to know, if they know me, they know I'm a very blunt person. I'm very honest, I shoot it straight, I pull no punches. There's nothing wrong with that in the best context. Sorry, that's my dog. There is nothing wrong with being that kind of a person that is very open and honest, very transparent, happy to share. But at the same time, there's a time and a place for it, and there's a way to deliver it. So a lot of the times it's my delivery, it's how I'm doing it. It's not necessarily that it's a bad thing. It's just in the way it's being done. So maybe you're that kind of person. Maybe you're the type of person who is that way. Well, that might account for some of the reasons you don't have a lot of friends. I can tell you that's probably one of the reasons I have not had a lot of friends in a long time. It's why sometimes your relationships are strained. It's why maybe even your relationships with your spouse or with your children is very difficult or stretched, or even times frustrating, because there are things that you could tweak with who you are, that don't really destroy or take away from your personality, but help improve upon it. That's the change we're going to be looking at as far as us as individuals. What areas, so who are we? What does that look like? And then with that, how does that change in the context of how can it make me a better individual, and how can it strengthen relationships? How can it strengthen me as a person? Because on the other side of that coin of me being a very blunt person also is one of the things I'm very strong-willed in that, and I am very passionate. And that's what I've explained to people. It's like, listen, my delivery is off sometimes because I'm just so passionate. And that's great to be passionate. But now it's time to look at how do we re-engage that? How do we take that and flip it and put it in the right way, in the right frame of mind, in the right delivery, and towards the right things. All right, so that's what we're gonna look at. Here's the challenge that I want you to do. Here is the activity for you before we meet again. On the website, and I'm hoping you're getting a website, and I'll link it down below. On the website, there is a link to click a printable document. You can use that, or you can use your journal, hopefully that you have, or a piece of paper, or your phone. But yeah, I want you to write all this down. I want you to take a look at what is the good that you see in yourself and what are the things that you could improve on. I won't say bad because, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean we're bad people. We just have improvements. The trick to this exercise is this. I need you to be 100% honest with yourself. Like, don't sugarcoat. Don't say, well, I'm a blunt person and I think that's a good thing. Okay, fine. But can that also be a trait that you may need to improve on as far as like the delivery of it? So really take, and I don't want you to take 2 minutes or 2 seconds or, you know, even 5 minutes to do this activity. I really want you to stop and pause and give very, very thought out either sentences or a one word or just describing yourself, the good you see and the bad. Be completely honest with yourself. And then at the very bottom, what are your greatest takeaways from what you see? What are the greatest takeaways? So that's the task. That's what we're going to be focused on the next 10 days. I hope you're ready. I can't wait to see you guys in a few days. I hope you have a fantastic day. Just remember this, change is not easy. Change is difficult, but it's necessary. It really is necessary. If we're not growing and learning from things and ourselves and from life and from experiences and even doing things like this, then we're just going to go stagnant and life will get boring and stressful. That's at least what I've learned. I hope you have a great day. Love you.
I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I